So he's going to do a mock test, won't we?
Yes.
That's the next thing to do. So just going to get straight there, do the mock, and then we'll work on anything from that comes up.
Okay.
But anything you want to go over before we do that?
No, I think we can.
No, well then, that's good, because that sounds all good, that was a lot better. So it's just guys to get there, do the mock, and then so work on whatever we need to do. So we only got this one the next time, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Till the test one. Right then, so let's go.
Okay.
I'm just going to turn this on so it's not too hot. So it's all up to you, everything's up to you. I won't help at all. Again, even if things go a bit wrong, I won't help. Because that's what I did last time, you worked those things out a lot better. Like those hazards, you didn't know they were there on those different roads. No, wrong. Right then, so let's go. It's like a giveaway, and from the left.
Yeah.
That's good. I won't go so much, but that's just one good example because that woman slowed us down a bit, so that's good. So end of the road, we'll go left. If I'm not so much, remember that's good, because that means that there's nothing going wrong, so the less I say, the better you're doing.
Okay.
This road, turn to the right. On the first window both ways as well, because it's easy on those to only look to the right, but there could be someone coming the wrong way down. It is rare, but you will get times like saw this, was it 2 weeks ago now, someone turned off from here and came up this way, sort of here, because I missed it, so like the green van would have come up here, and they missed where they're going. That was good. So I'll lower there, just what I say, that line's gone straight through a red light, he hasn't even seen it. So, good example there. I mean that's bad because that was a massive truck, if that doesn't see the red light it's going to kill someone. In terms of less than length as well, it doesn't have to be 2 hours because if we get it done it goes well and there's not much to fix, there's no point driving around just for the sake of it. So we might do it today, we might go fix things up, but so if we start to be late, doesn't matter, we don't have to be dead on. So roundabout left first exit. That's good. That's really good because that van stood up really late and then you still saw him when that's good. That's the kind only about 3 or 4 lessons ago you might not have taken. So that's got a lot better. I know we haven't done the show me tell me yet, but have you seen the video I did on that?
Yeah, I watched it and I've tried to.
So we'll put that on the test. But that isn't the most important part. So if you forget that, it's not not vile. The main thing is the driving.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I was not paying attention. Sorry.
That's because I'm below, because that's what I tried to explain in the past about. Because you're standing there, you don't have to give way exactly what you should. He says you should give way, so if you don't stop, what could that person do?
They would probably assume that I wasn't going to stop because I should have stopped there.
That's it. So she didn't walk out, but that, just example on the test, you'd failed on that. I don't want to be negative there, but that's just example you'd failed on because she was there, she was looking, but you didn't stop. So if you go round about right, we'll grab that more in a bit, but just right third exit. It's quieter on a Saturday morning because normally do afternoons, but mornings a bit quieter. So did you just see that woman or not? No, it's on the crossing.
Sort of saw her, but didn't think of what that meant.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep. So, well, I know we've done this road before, but it's difficult. Like this hazard coming up. What's the next hazard?
The roundabout.
Yep. So what do you do about that?
So slow down.
That's it.
A bit.
So it sounds like crossings, whatever. It's all the same sort of thing. So until you can see all the way, it's really slow, much more. So that one is much too fast to come up because if anyone comes to the right there, you've got no chance of stopping. So I was covering the brake in case, but you got no way of stopping. You got to brake, but much slower than that. It's like where the red car is. If that was a roundabout, that's easier. But that one, you can't see a thing. So you got to say right now, almost stop into one, and then go. That's not the crossing. You're seeing it, but you're not doing anything about it. So you got to think, roundabout, slow down. It's like if you think lights going red, you go straight through. You got to think lights going red, stop. So there's always like a cause and an effect. So if someone stepped down to the road, you've got to stop. You can't still think someone's stepping out, just carry on. So generally you've always got to do something. Like further on, what could happen, although not so much now, what's coming down the road that could stop?
The buses.
Yep, so what could happen if the bus stops?
So people could get out and then I'd have to...
What could happen behind the bus?
Oh, someone could like brake quite suddenly.
Like the car behind the bus could go around. So if that bus pulls up on the other side of the road, that still affects us. Because if you just think, oh, it's a bus pulling up, it could still affect us as well. But the others are good to get someone steps out, runs out. So looking ahead, what is there in the very distance? Quite a few things. But
So I see another roundabout with the lights.
that's it. Well, those lights.
And a crossing.
That's it. These are actually quite new, those lights in the crossing. So that person on the left, they're walking away. Yeah. But if they were walking towards it, you would be braking a bit. You would anyway if the car's in front. That's good. It's if they're within range of about, it's hard to define, but about sort of 5 metres-ish of the crossing is when you start braking. But it's why I'm doing a mock, because this will highlight things like that. So honestly, in the distance, what happened then? Just a few
I
seconds.
saw
That's it.
someone run across.
That's
yeah.
good. So if you're coming the other way, you'll probably brake. It depends what's going on behind you. But that's why you've also got to be on the ball when you drive. You can't really relax between drive, although you should be relaxing. You can't just sit back and relax. Like that granny's kind of parked across the end of the road, wasn't it? She's blocking the road. Oh, this is quite a common example, but say if you saw a bull run into the road, or a bull roll into the road, what do you think about that?
There'd probably be, well, there might be a child that tries to follow it.
That's it. So it sounds obvious that one, but not now what's going on there.
So the lights are maybe changed.
That's good. So we're going to or not? Okay, that's good. That's better because you saw it, you slow down, it's good. You often get things like when you see a police car, like you've got to pull over, there's very often another one or an ambulance or something, so you can sort of link all these things together. So the roundabout will turn left first exit. So I know what's too late to ask you now, but that sign was saying there were lights just around the corner. So if you didn't know that, you can plan for the lights changing. What's that blue sign saying?
There's a bicycle
That's
route.
it. If it's a bike route, what else could there be? What kind of lane around the corner?
So you... Well, I know there might be a bus lane.
Yep, that's it. That's good. So you can't see from me, it's a bit of guesswork. You think, well, bike lane, bike route might be a bus lane as well. And we know there is, so you can plan for that before you go around. So it's all about planning as much as you can. Sometimes it's a bit of guesswork. That's good, that's good. So there's the bus lane. Could you get to the right lane straight away? Yep, that's good, that's good, that's good. rather than going that lane and then come over, you can just go straight to the right when you come out. You can just go sort of turn left and go straight to the right lane. So next road on the right, just past this hedge.
Okay. So up here somewhere, isn't it?
So,
That's maybe where he is. Yes.
that's good. So you see the man, he's not going to be in the way, but
Next door.
could you go or not?
Maybe, but
That's it. So that's good if you can to go. Not the biggest car, but if you can, it's good to take it. Could you go between the silver cars, do you reckon?
yeah, shall I do it?
That's good.
Okay.
That's good, because that silver car is only going to pass where we were about... No, it's got all that time. So it looks long when you look back, it's a lot easier looking back. So we're going to pull up, if we go actually... We'll go next left and we'll pull up on that road, because your test begins either on this road here or on the next road. It doesn't really matter where we start lock, it's just on the day you have to walk up to the centre. So, let's see. It's up to you if there is somewhere to pull up somewhere safe on this road, left or right, doesn't matter either side, as long as it's somewhere safe.
Someone's driving.
We'll be there for a few minutes, or maybe 2 or 3 minutes, so that'll be reasonably good.
I'm not very good at this, am I? Pulling up.
So I'm not either, there hasn't been one yet, but
Like, is that big enough? That gap? Like, yeah.
that's good.
Right.
That's good for it, that's fine. Just come back a bit, sit and block this drive early.
I don't.
That's good, just so Carl, I'll start coming even when you're looking. So just back a tiny bit so we're not blocking this. It's Honda. That'll do. So when we're there for too long, you can move off quite soon. It's just to... that's it. So that's good on the way, just not think about the crossing, so you've got to spot the problem and then deal with it. Now that man in the road now, you think that man's going to cross, so he's not looking to slow right down. So yeah, I'm just going to grab this sheet. This is what we're going to do today, because this mock will allow us to look at all these things. This just lets me sit back and watch what you do without even talking at all much. So, well, did this show me Tom? We haven't been over all this, but you said you've seen the video, and that's we'll do a couple of those. And then we can do just like a real test will be done. So it's just like a real one, whatever I say is the same, whatever we do is the same, nothing's going to change. Because people always ask, is this like a real one or do I hold the pupils more? It's all the same, exactly the same stuff.
Okay.
So turn that down a little bit. So imagine you've gone up to the centre there, you've come out, done the eyesight test, you signed the form to say the car's insured and all that. Can you tell me how you check if your handback's working before you start a journey? How you check it for excessive wear?
Tell you.
Yep.
So you put the brake pedal down first,
Yep.
and then you take the handbrake off, and then you pull it back up, but you let it click, like
Yep.
you don't push the button in, and then you wait for like the fourth one and see if it goes stiff.
That's good. Some cars might have more than 4, but that's okay. So they'll 4, 5, 6, somewhere around there. If it goes up 10, 11, 12, yeah, that's no good. And can you show me, without leaving the car on this occasion, but can you show me how you test if your indicators are working?
So I could put the hazard lights on,
Just want to show me that. That's it.
and then I would get out and
Yep, that's
look
fine.
at them.
We won't do it now just because it's easy, you know, you don't have to do that. But on the real one, you'll put it on, walk around, and the car will be turned off. It's only turned on now because it's quite warm. If it's too warm, the camera's overheating and stop recording, as you found out the other week. So what you do, follow the road ahead at all times unless road signs direct you otherwise. If you want to turn left to right, I'll ask you plenty of time. Anything you don't understand or haven't heard with directions, just let me know and I can repeat those. But apart from that, it's overdue. So if you want to move off whenever it's safe, it'll be about 40 minutes, and this is a real test for you. I've changed a little bit to make it a little bit different because we've been on some of the roads before, but this is a real route for 99% of it. Okay, so overdue.
So I'm just going to wait for these because I don't want to pull out in front of them.
And just do whatever you normally do, because I'm going to speak now like an examiner would, and if you speak they won't often answer, they'll just sit in silence, because they're not supposed to give you any help. Some speak a lot, some don't, but I'll do this as one that does. end of the road, we'll turn right. If you pull up on the left just after this van, doesn't matter about driveway, it's just anywhere around this area. Okay, when it's safe, we'll carry on. We'll pull up several times throughout the test, it's all just part of the test.
Okay.
Further on where the road splits, we're going to follow to the left. At the end of the road, we'll turn left. The second road on the left. And then the next road on the right. And then next road on the left. Then the end of the road, we'll go left. At the end of the road, we'll go right. And then we're on the next road on the right. at the end of the road, the very end, we'll go right. Next road on the left. Road on the left again. Pull up on the left anywhere around this area. Okay, when it's safe, what we're going to try and do is to reverse around the corner using that road on the left. I can't see if that red car's opposite or if it's further back, so I'll let you know as we go down the road, but we're going to try and reverse around the corner. If the red car's too close, we'll do it somewhere else, but I think it'll be okay.
That corner?
Just slow when that man's walking in the corner. I can't see if it's opposite the red car because of the shadow. I think it should be okay because it's a fairly quiet road, but let's go and give that a go. I'll check in the road late now because you never know this manoeuvre anyway. Sometimes there's a car parked around the corner. At the moment, yeah, that'll be fine to do that. can normally do. If you need to adjust to correct whatever, that's the key.
I can't do it. I don't know
Just try it again.
I don't know how to correct it.
If you need to, you can just start again.
Just the whole thing?
Yep.
Okay.
It's why I do this so you know when it's like on a real one, you know what would happen, what could happen, and what to do about it. So I'll leave that there. So when it's safe, we'll carry on. So we're going to redo that mirror, and then we'll just pull that mirror back up. Okay, when it's safe, we'll now, the mirror that we'll tell you about this is not installed the same as a real one. So end of the road, we'll go left. It's quite a way to the end, I'm just thinking ahead. Second road on the right, the one with the blue car, just went to. At the end of the road, we'll go left. the roundabout will go right, third exit. Next road on the right. If you pull up on the left, just behind the third car, I think it's the red one, much further on down. That black one actually. If you pull up just for the black one, you're leaving the room to pull away again, so reasonably close, but enough room to pull away. We're not bothered about the driveways on this occasion. Okay, when it's safe, we'll carry on. This is the angled style, you have to pull away from behind the car at least once. Again on the left anyway, just around this area. Not bothered about driveways, just somewhere quite soon. We'll only be there for a few seconds. Okay, so this is now the independent part of the test, so all I need to do is follow these directions. It's going to be end of the road left, and then follow signs for Birmingham Airport and Solihull. So that's over to you. And just keep following those signs until we say otherwise. It'll be quite a long section, about 10 minutes.
Sorry.
Okay, let's send it up to back and give you normal directions as normally. So for the moment, just keep following straight on. roundabout coming up in a moment where we're going to go right, which is the third exit.
Okay.
Now the roundabout, we're going to go right, second exit. Road on the left. This roundabout will go right, the next roundabout will go left. They're quite close together. roundabout will go left. I'm just going to follow the road here to the left. Roundabout, we're going to go ahead, second exit. The next road on the right. I'm going to try and pull up on the left just after this car, somewhere good that I'm not blocking any drives. So anywhere between these cars if there's room. follow left now, sorry, just follow. That's good, when it's safe, we'll carry on. It doesn't matter this, I was going to finish here, but we'll just go down the road and finish there, because there's not as many spaces as normal. Problem is, if you go right into that road where the purple van is, it's all drive around there and then pull up in one of those bays there, not where the lay-by is.
Okay.
Right, that's it. So let's turn off then.
Finished.
Yeah. You wouldn't normally finish here, but we don't need to drive back because it's just down the road. You might as well just finish over here.
Okay.
So what do you think of that?
And I noticed over 4 or 5 things I did wrong.
What do you think?
Um,
I'm just going to finish this next. But when you mark it, by the way, you don't mark it on the move, they often don't. So if they get back, then they'll mark it because you can't always be marking on the move.
Yeah.
You've got too much things going on. So, yeah, what do you think?
so the roundabout at the end, my manoeuvre, I changed up to 3rd on a hill, which I don't think I should have done. And then another one where I changed down to 1 when I probably should have been 2 because it didn't move.
So overall there's 3 serious faults, but it's not as bad as it might sound because one of them is just a manoeuvre, which we're not that bothered about. We'll fix that up. That's easy, just fix that up. The other 2 are the junction observation, because they're roundabout. Did you see that car or not from the right? If you didn't see, you got to see them because that car was clearly there coming out and you just went straight in front of them. So I braked, so I'll let you go a little bit, but I braked because you'd already gone over the line, so I stopped you before you're going to be in his path. But if that car's there, there's no way you can go. The other one is pedestrian crossings. There's one where I don't think you saw a man. There's a zebra crossing, just like on the way, exactly the same thing. There was a man on the right stand there, you went straight past him.
He was waiting?
Yep, he was standing, he went to go, he went out and stopped because you didn't stop at all. Because if you don't see that, that's the thing you've got to see. He was walking up from here, he was walking up for a long way back, you could see him walking to the crossing, but you didn't see him at all. He kind of went like that, and he kind of moved his head back like, oh okay, now let me go, and he just stopped. So there's on the other side, there was no danger for that, but you didn't see him there. So it's mainly the observation, you've got to see more what's going on. Because if you're not seeing things, that's the problem. Although it's 2 different things, 2 different faults, it's the same problem.
Yeah.
You've just got to be looking to the right. It's nearly always on the right, not looking, because you're looking over here, you're seeing things here, but you're not seeing things on the right. So we'll go back there and I'll show you where that was. The reverse around the corner, what was the problem with that?
I was too wide, but I don't know why I was too wide.
So what do you need to do? If you pull it too wide from the curb, what do you need to do to get closer?
Was I too wide to start with? Is that why it was
That was
doing
good, but what do you do? Which way do you turn if you want to get closer? No, when you're driving forwards, if you want to pull in, which way do you turn?
it? Left.
Yep, so just turn left more. Because you only turn a half turn, it's not enough on that one, it's got to be more. Half's only to begin with, but you've got to do more if needed. Because it's such a sharp bend like that, you've got to get loads left pretty much all the way, and then you go around. So you've got to steer much more than you did. Because otherwise you went out onto the other side of the road, and by the time you got back, you'd already gone on the wrong side of the road. So you're just turning more, that's all it is. It won't always be a half turn, it might be a quarter, it might be a full turn. It's whatever you need. There's no specific amount of turn you've got to do. So those are the main ones. It's mainly down to 2 things, the observation and just the manoeuvre. But the other one's just to run over. The gear one you mentioned, there's a small fault in the gears. That's the one where you said I come down to 1. It's a small thing, it doesn't really matter that much, but it's worth mentioning. When you came down to 1, it jumped a bit when the car gave way. And there's another one later on when it kind of juddered a little bit. I can't remember exactly where it was, but he kind of shook a little bit. You sorted it out, but it was just a little bit awkward. It's only a small fault because you're not causing any real danger. The steering is one where you came off a roundabout. I know this one in the past and the same thing happened. You came off, you didn't hit the curb, you hit like the drain, you're very close to the curb and you come off. So you've got to go, draw this in. It's a sharp roundabout, sharp exit, it's like that. Like that. You've got to come around, steer loads more right than going like that. Because what you're doing is you're going straight, there's the one you're hitting the curb like that. She's keeping the car too straight. It's got loads of left, twice as much right, loads of left. So really steering loads on that one. And the other steering one was just like a lane. There's one, getting the minor thing, but when you came off one roundabout, there were 2 lanes. What made you come off in the right lane? Because you went off, you just went like that.
Because I don't know if it's the one I'm thinking of, but wasn't I in the right lane on the roundabout?
Yeah, but you don't come off someone. It's right to right, you come off in left. So you also come off the left whenever you can. So if you come off in the right, if that's why you did that, that explains that. But you go around in the right, there's only, there were 2 lanes, but right to right, then you come off in the left. Because you only come off in the right if, do you remember what was on the floor there? If I draw it without writing it, there was something like that, which is why there's 2 lanes.
So what would that be? That looks like a bus
That's it,
lane.
to get a bus stop. So
Bus
stop, if a bus is there, then you go around and overtake. But there's no bus there, no one there, so no need to stop. So it's not wrong because you can go in that lane, but there's no need to be in that lane if the left lane's available.
Okay.
Like on back, it's fine, you keep as far left as you can. So it's always the same rule. But if that's just misunderstanding, that's all you do. So you don't always come off and you go around, you come off in the left lane, you just go around in the right lane.
Okay.
The roundabouts in general, what do you think of those? Apart from the one where you missed that car, what do you think?
I think they're okay.
Yep. They're pretty good, they're just a few wee bit hesitant because there's some where you're not quite going you could. There's one which is really good because you didn't go, and it's good you didn't because the car did a U-turn. It's towards the beginning when we did following the signs for the airport, just after we said that. There's one car U-turned and it's really hard to tell when they're doing that because you can't really tell. They looked like they're going to come off and they didn't. Those ones weren't that bad because there's somewhere you could have gone but it's not dangerous that you're not going because you're not missing big chances. But the worst one is that one where you went and you couldn't have gone. Because if you didn't see the car, that's more of a dangerous problem, more of a serious problem, because you didn't actually see the car that was there. All I can say of that is just look to the right, that's what you got to do. If you look right, that car was clearly there coming straight towards you. There's no way you can go at all. If you look into here, you miss what's going on. You've got to look all the way down there. Like now, looking where that man and the kid are down there, you've got to look right down the road there. Because what's here doesn't bother you. You know why you're heading left on the roundabout, for the moment doesn't bother you. It's what's going on the right that bothers you. When you start going, then this becomes a problem. If someone's flying down from the left. So it was pretty good. You can see him bad, but it's not that much at all. The manoeuvre we can fix up quite simply. It's just turning more. These ones are both the same, so there's only really 2 faults which we can fix up today and next time. The other one I marked, there's one just where you didn't signal coming off the roundabout. It's a minor thing. There were car in front in there, that car that overtook you, and then the silver one overtook and didn't signal. You're not causing any danger, it's better if you can to indicate when you come off. Because you went ahead, but you didn't signal when you came off.
I remember.
But overall it is good. There's only 4 driver faults and 3. It sounds about 3 serious, but you can easily turn that around within an hour and then get no serious. That's what tests are like. So anything else do you want to go over on that?
With all the sort of like bikes.
Oh, that was a good. Yeah, that was a great.
I didn't know if that was.
The love was good. Most of the driving was really good and clean. This one tested like, and it shows you what your driving is like for like 40 minutes, whatever that was that we did there. The bike's really good because you held back. There was a good one where a bus came down the road and you held back well. The other one towards the end, the bus came down and he said thanks for holding back. So most of it is really good. It's just a bit alarm. We've got to get better.
Yeah. I just didn't know because I thought the car behind me wanted to go round, but.
Oh, you did, but you can't. So that stuff.
Is that?
Yeah, you can't go
so
round
I shouldn't
because.
have gone round.
No, the way you did was fine. You stayed behind him, you couldn't go around it, there was no chance. Then they saw the problem, or they realised and got off the road, which is good, because that's what's sensible to do. If they just stay in the road, it's going to annoy everyone down the road, because you can't really get around there. It makes sense for them to get out and walk up the hill. They're not going to cycle up there any faster than they can walk up, so that's good for them to get them to move out of the way. But overall it is good, so don't let it put you off, because then this is only to show you what we need to work on. That's what we do. If you pass it, that's really good, because not many people ever pass a mock test. That's not the point of doing a mock test. So they go right now on those things. The crossing thing is difficult to fix because it's just seeing people. There's not a lot I can say about that, apart from you just got to see people.
I want to know, which one it was, because I saw a man walking up to a crossing, but I don't know, when he didn't.
What I could do is we film it, I could actually send you the video and show you.
Yeah.
Because you can actually watch it back. I know so far you haven't seen any of the videos, we just don't know they're all come out well. Because I haven't really mentioned the videos at all. So they're all going good. It's just that it's a big job to get them all done. So I've edited them all. I'll send you that 3 later today if I can. Just have to work out. I can put that up somewhere. So let's go and work on those things. Not bothered about the small things. They could go and they can come up again. We're not bothered about those. The serious ones are the ones to fix up for now. The manoeuvre we'll do on the way back if we can, but that isn't as important at all. You might not even get that, and even if you do, you won't get that corner, and that's such a little thing to go over. That isn't a big problem at all. It's just these two things, the observations. Let's go back to that crossing, and hopefully someone else might be there, but it's quite hard to to get someone there. So I'm just going to put this back on. So just so you know, on the real test, if you pass it, great, you just give them the form, you sign the form, they take it away, your licence comes through. If you don't pass it for any reason, they'll just tell you why, not as detailed as that, they'll just give you a quick run through, like a minute if you're lucky, because they haven't got much time, they've got to go off and do another test. And you just take another one whenever you can. You can't take one within 10 working days of the other one, because otherwise you're looking day after day. But in reality, as you know, you're not going to get one for months anyway. It's just the way it is at the moment. So that's an incentive to do well. Right, so we're going to go into the road. We're going to the road left. So we can go back that way. That'll be good. This sounds obvious, but just remember there is a curb in front of you. Because when you pull in these, it's easy to forget and drive off. But I saw someone do that years ago and smashed straight into a curb. Yes, big turns. So let's go and get those things looked at. But it's still good, so I won't so much till we get to those points. It's still up to you to drive on your own. There's only one bit I didn't mention. We're coming towards the end of a bus lane. Well, I'll go over this in a second.
Yeah.
We're coming down and we're turning right across that big main road where we sort of went left onto Walmart Road. In fact, I'll show you now instead. I'll just take it there and show you instead of trying to explain it.
Do I need to brake on these ones? I don't, do I?
No, these are good. No, a lot of the bumping just because the road's terrible. So if you're going to the road left, now, I know there's one where you're coming through a bridge and you brake to be hard, but it's because the road's so bad. That's where you get the bangs before you brake. It sounds like something's wrong. It's just the way the road is. Do you remember that one where the bikes were, where you came to the top of the hill, you braked was good, but how could that have been better the way you braked? Or the way you stopped?
Oh yeah, it was quite sudden, wasn't it? Yeah.
So that's all that awareness planning, it all comes under that. The good news is you're not stalling, you're not going at the curb, you're not doing anything really, sort of anything that will be a long, hard problem to fix up.
And also, I spent a lot of it in second. Is that a problem?
I don't know. Whatever you need is what you need.
Yeah, because I was really unsure whether I should be in third or second. So.
It's like now you think, can you speed up or do you need to speed up? Probably not. So you're okay at third. You also set the speed, then set the gear. So you sort of set the speed. If it sounds too loud, you change up a gear. If that struggles, you can always come on down. But we're not so bothered about physical things like that. If you're in second, third, that's not a big problem. That will easily, you'll get used to your own car when you drive every day. It's more of a problem if you deal with the car in front of you and you sort of tailgating people. But you're not doing that. So we'll go back to these few bits we mentioned. So roundabout, we'll go left first exit. So the roundabouts, again, they're not bad, it's just sometimes you could be getting a bit earlier. It's mainly when cars are coming off and you're not taking that chance. So let's have a look at this one if that happens. Lots of people here turn off this way, the road you want now, without signal. They come from the right where the truck is and they come this way without signal. So planning at the moment, right now, can you go on the roundabout?
It looks like it,
That's good, so that's good.
Left.
Yeah, that's it. There are certain things that you develop after you pass, because the point is you don't pass and then you're perfect. That's not how it works. The point of passing is you're safe enough to practice on your own. It's at least 2 or 3 years after you pass before you're anywhere near, kind of a normal standard, as it were. It's what you call reflective learning, where you have to sort of do something wrong and reflect on it. If you keep doing that after you pass, you'll be good. If you just pass and don't keep learning, you'll be rubbish. Now the car that overtook us on the road before, we weren't even going that slow. We went right round us by junction. And then there's no need to do that at all. So if I see you now, just go around and learn and just get around them. There's no point. You haven't even given them a chance to speed up. This road's awful. But this can sound like the gear's wrong. It's nice. It's so bad with the potholes and the bumps. It shakes you around. Yeah, most of it's really good. So end of the road right, And I'll just go back over those few little things. And we've still got next time and the hour before to fix things up. This is how it normally goes. It's not unusual for it to be like this, so don't worry about that. This was all good because I know we had trouble with this in the past about positioning, but this was good. So this is one I was mentioning just now. So where do you need to be checking here?
When it joins, I look.
That's it. Because so he looks sort of quite low, it's sort of looking he's good too. So when he's flying down, then you can see him. If you looked and I didn't see it, that's okay. But if it's got to be that actually look well before. If you wait till he actually gets to joining me, then you look. It's quite late. But the other ones later on were good. So I saw one where you did look quite early on. Get mirrors again, they're important, but I can't be watching you the whole time. Because if I stare at you all the time, I'll be missing what's going on in front of us. The point of all this is the test isn't perfect, we know that. It's just, it is changing soon. Next year it's going to be changing a little bit. But you're not supposed to pass and be perfect, it doesn't work like that. The crossings are hard to teach because you need people there at just the right time. I know we had this before. I remember a few weeks ago there were some kids on the crossing by the green, that bit where we begin. And I remember saying about, did you see those kids? So where the truck is, that big cow truck, but it's not a person, because that's a person you've got to sit on now. So just keep scanning well to the right.
Okay.
I mean, there isn't one there now, but imagine there was a crossing where the bus stop is, a zebra crossing. You look to the right line now, because there's no one there at all. Well, I can't see anyone there because of the bus stop. So this crossing, is there anyone on the right or the left?
Not on the right, I can't see the left right now.
That's it. So that van is in a stupid place, that's why you shouldn't park there, because it's blocking the view. Could you pass this car on the left?
Sorry?
Could you pass them on the left?
I think so, sorry, yeah.
Because you can do that, but if they're not going to go, you see mirror go around, fine. That's something out of awareness, that comes in, but the more you drive, you get more and more used to that. But you don't want to think of the car's turning, brake, stop. You want to use turning, mirror, go around. So you always want to keep the flow whenever you can. So, stroll on for a little bit. It's like the black car came out really quick, there's already a quick look at when. That's not keeping the flow, that's just going quickly. Next right there, this is back to where we followed Berm came out of these lines. Is that blue car going to pull out initially?
Yeah.
Can you go before that blue car or not?
I don't think so.
That's right.
Actually, maybe.
That's good. So maybe, but not. If you're not sure, don't go. That's good. It's much better not to go than go and think I shouldn't have. Because I would have been fairly close. This is what you've got to get built in, like I said, about when you drive on your own. Because not long you will be on your own, driving around. You've got to look back on things and think, how could I have done that better or differently? Because if the car overtook us here, that silver car, and it's right by a junction, anyone could have ground the junction. So, not close to be overtaken. So to go ahead, this is the one where you didn't signal to come off. You don't absolutely have to, it's not dangerous if you don't, but it's much better if you do.
I remember I was doing the gear instead and I shouldn't have been.
Can you go or not?
I can, but
That's good, that's great.
I didn't want to.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's
That's good. Could you look in there for the lights? That's better. It's just that if they are red, no one else is there, you can still go. See, well, I'll go on the roundabout, then I'll stop on those. So it's good you're looking ahead for that. If you look too far ahead, you can overdrive. You call overdriving. You can look so far ahead, you'll end up never getting anywhere. Like you can say, I'll never drive because I might crash me. That's all we're overthinking it. This is a roundabout where in the past we've done this one a bit off before. When you go ahead, you've got to steer more round because you're almost clipping the curve when you come off. So you have to go left, massive turn right, massive turn left. You have to really almost swerve in a way around the roundabout.
Okay.
So straight on, but it's up to you when you go, just get the first chance you can. That's good. So big turns left, massive turns right. You get nowhere near the curve at all. That's better. The massive turns left, that's better. That's it. Because that one there, you're steadying it very close to the curve. But you're steering in too early on. You've got to be much wider, swinging in. Normally you don't do that, but if you don't on that one, the curve is so sharp. If you hit that, you blow the tyre to bits. you're not hitting him if you get very close to him. So you keep wide, swinging him. So this roundabout will go right. This is the one where there are 2 lanes on the exit. So which lane do you come off in?
The left.
That's it.
Unless
The
there's
left.
a bus.
That's it. That's good. So it's up to you. Let's just give it a go. Where's that little car going? That's good. That's good. That's good. That's better. So 2 cars there do things wrong. We had the one playing in front of us and the one behind us cut the lane completely. But the way he did that was much better. It's this crossing in the moment where the man was. He was walking up from the right when you see, I'll go over this. So the crossing appears, well, let me know when you can see it.
Okay. Sure, that's the one I
Yep, that's it. Because that's been in sight for quite a long time, so it's still out there. The man was on the right, walking up past the bin, and he was standing there. He wasn't there too early, but he was there about, sort of when we got past his road, he was there like now, he didn't stop. So roundabout will go right, 3rd exit. So these cars on the roundabout, they've kind of got stuck. What's causing this jump?
The spray, is it? Oh no, there's no lights. Oh, maybe it was the bus.
That's it, that must have been. This just gets you looking around and thinking about all these things.
Okay, so
Where's the first jumps?
I want to go straight. Don't coming off, so we're going to go.
That's good. That's great.
Come on.
That's it. So anyone on the crossing?
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
now.
that's good. No, that's more obvious because he's already there, but you've got to spot him when they're creeping up. There was one roundabout as well where the signal knocked off towards the end, I didn't mention, where we went right and he knocked off, which is important. You've got to make sure he goes back on. He was by after we did the independent driving at the end of that. Is anyone by this crossing?
No,
No, that's good.
there's another one. I see
That's
it
it, that's
already.
good, that's it. Now, one reason I'm talking there is it distracts you, so you've got to drive when you're distracted sometimes, but you're still seeing the hazards, which is good. So, is anyone at all lurking around the crossing? Any people, that is? You do get times, I've seen twice, very rare, where a car actually goes over the crossing, people drive over in cars, like to get from the car park to the car park. You're not supposed to, but it does happen. So these new ones are LED, they're much brighter, so you can see them much further back. So although these are serious faults, they're not, if it makes sense, they're not like dangerous serious, because it's not like the crossing, you're not seeing them, it's not like the person's on the crossing, they're just walking up. If you miss someone on the crossing, you're in big trouble. But these ones here, like this little refuge area, you don't have to give way, but if someone was crossing from the right, we had one earlier on, that girl, I think it was ran earlier on today, so you might give way if they're not looking. If it's someone in a wheelchair, they've got like the leg in the cast sticking out, you might give way then, otherwise you might clip the leg. If it's like an elderly person, a kid, whatever, you might give way. But you don't have to give way on these. So if he's a drunk, staggering over the road, you're not going to carry on, then you just stop. So they go back to that roundabout. It's actually coming up in a moment when they go around the other way. When they go ahead, both roundabouts, it's up to you to do that because I want to see if you can spot them.
Okay.
That's good. When can we go?
No, I can't.
No, that's good because our car could go either way. With the sun, it's hard to see the signals.
Okay.
That's good. So you made sure of that one.
And ahead. Okay.
That's it.
Okay, then I'll come off.
That's good. That's great. So that's good there because you're not being hesitant, but you're not just flying onto it. It's like a nice gentle kind of push. It's very hard to tell with the bikes because the signals are so small, you can hardly see them. But that was good. They were looking ahead. Their arms were straight. Yeah, they were all facing ahead. That was good. So there are quite a few crossings on the route we're doing. You don't get them that much actually in South Birmingham. There aren't loads and loads of zebra crossings, but there are some coming up. So let me know whenever you see a zebra crossing,
Okay.
because that's the first thing seen it, and then we can deal with it. And when you get to the roundabout further on, we're going to do U-turn, which will be the 5th exit back down this way.
Okay. Wait.
Just going on for now.
Sorry, yeah, straight.
It looks like a roundabout, it's not, because the arrow is pointing diagonally, so keep left, but it's not a roundabout. The arrow on the roundabout, that's good. That's good. Just what I was saying before about someone elderly walking over the road.
Yeah.
So you're seeing a lot of good examples today of all these things happening. So round the roundabout, back the other way.
Okay. I see the.
That's good. That's it.
Thing.
See the arrow on the roundabout is pointing left, so that's the roundabout sign.
Yes, no. Yeah, I should have. Oh, whoops.
Which way do you need to steer then? That's it. That's good.
What do I need to
That's
do?
good. It's a little bit awkward because when you're going a roundabout, you're facing straight on, you've got to bend left. So you've got to follow the bend of the road as you get there. So what's going on now? What do you do?
And the crossing.
That's good, down on there.
Yeah.
No. So you could stop further, you don't have to because she's not there yet. So as soon as it comes off. That's a good example though. She was walking up, but she wasn't at the crossing. She was still walking up to it from the other one. So you can choose to stop there, but you don't have to because she wasn't there. But the man on the test was actually there. He was sort of at the crossing as you got there.
Yeah.
What I'm saying about those arrows is that the arrow that points diagonally down to the bottom left is saying keep left. So you can look like a roundabout. But the roundabout arrow points directly left. It's saying yeah, this is a roundabout, go round this way.
Yeah.
Some of those short carriage roads you can look like roundabouts. It's not this one on the bollard. What's that one saying?
Oh.
Right
Stay
turn
left.
That's it. So keep left but not turn left. It's different.
Okay. And there's there's a crossing but not a zebra crossing.
No, that's good. We come this way because of the crossings, but we are going to get back to that roundabout in a moment. There's a way we can go, we'll come back to that. So 2 roundabouts, both of them will go ahead. Just have a good long look to the right, make sure. That's good. That's good, that's good, change it. So is anything going to stop us on this one?
This one.
Yep, that's good. Can we go after them?
Yes.
That's it. Going over it's a bit fine because you can't go around fully. So big turns. That's good, that's it. That's not the other one where you turn big. So not this little road here, but the next main road on the right, just coming up here. That's really good though, because I know in the past we had trouble with the gears, but that's gone out of the problem because that's much better. If you hadn't come to one and the other one, you would have stalled. I was ready to clutch brake, but you didn't, and you have to do that, so that was really good. End of the road, we'll go right.
Yeah, I was thinking about it and then I thought, actually, maybe not.
Any down, the lower gear will always work. The higher one may, but the lower one will. Not there, that was good, because one would definitely work. The theory of that is you can't go any lower than one, so if one doesn't work, you're in trouble, because you can't do any more than that. Whereas 2 may work, might not. Just thinking which way there, next right.
This.
There, that's it. And then end of the road right, that'll lead us back to that roundabout we had on the mock test. So things when you drive, you can only get it wrong once, you can be in big trouble. So most of them are fine, most of the time you're not missing things, but if you make one mistake, you can be in trouble. So the roundabout, think back to the test we did now, this is the same one. Roundabout will go right, so I won't go over it, but let's just see if you do this one better. What makes it so hard?
It's like very hidden, isn't it?
Can you see now or not?
So I can see only to the bus.
That's it. So just crawl till you can. I know I said I won't go over this, but just crawl till you can see. Because you've got to crawl, go onto a little bit, ready to brake, and we go.
Yeah.
So car there. You must be ready to brake.
Not quickly.
No, you can't go there because that car's too. Just similar thing. You got to creep, wait till you can see, then go. Because you're going before you can see. So let's go now. The point is you got to wait till you can see, then go. So we go round about the head. Now you can't go quick, so that car's accelerating over the first one because they can see to their right easily, so they're coming down quick. So next road, not this little one, but next road on the after that. That's why it's on the route. See, these routes are deliberately designed to put awkward junctions in to test you. That's why it's there. If you'd have gone that roundabout left, it's easy, and we then wouldn't know that this problem exists. So you just seem to be able to sort of creep. You have to go onto the roundabout a little bit, wait, then go when you can see. So end of the road, we go right. It's okay if I say to you now, just go for it, you can't, because you can't see. So you sort of creep till you can, and then go for it. Now normally I know you wouldn't creep over the line of roundabout, normally you say once you've gone, but sometimes you've got it, otherwise you simply can't tell, can't see. So next right again. The part of that is as well, it's good to go quick sometimes, but if you're having to pull out that fast, it means you probably shouldn't be going. If you're having to race out and fly away, go right on this one. It's like the clue is like you shouldn't be having to do that.
Yeah, okay.
So I know with that bus can't see, so I mean you're not going to get there, but same sort of thing where you sort of creep till you can see. Because the left is pretty bad, so you just roll till you can see all the way. I know you can do these things on your own, but it's just comparing the two because roundabouts and this, it's very similar.
So busy today.
So it is roundabout in two stages. We get there, stop, we'll give away whatever we're going to call it. These will roll out again, stop almost again, then go. I know because I drive this around like myself, and I know you can't see a thing at all to the right. So right we go, if you look at the stack of cars here, that tells you if it's bad, because there's cars kind of queuing up. So just really slow. And just because I went in the course doesn't mean we can. So rolling. So wait till you can see the whole way down the road completely before you go. Until you can, just crawl out. That's still rubbing the bottomless. That's good. That's it. That's the other thing, they come off that roundabout, then they get to this one. So when coming going. So we roll, still can't see, we roll a little bit. But wait till you see the whole way down the road when coming going. That's better because you saw that. When coming go though.
Oh, actually I could have gone.
Is that black water come round or not? That's good, that's good. And then roundabout ahead. That's good because the black one wasn't there at the same time the other one was. That black one was further back, so you pulled onto it, he was still accelerating off the first one. So next road on the right. Just going to try it one more time, just roll around this area. So very often they'll come from the second roundabout. And then you can be looking to the right, nothing there, but there is someone coming off the second roundabout. So that's why we have to be looking in two different ways, two different places. Anyway, end of the road we go, right. That's better, because you slow down enough, but you didn't sort of jerk, you didn't go too slow. So it's next run again, then end of that road, right, back to that road. This time I won't speak at all, I just want to see you do that one on your own. I mean, it might need to be like the train station from the beginning of the car park where you said about stop and have a look to your left. So I won't go over it, but let's see. This time I'm going to go roundabout right, then roundabout left. Okay. The same way we did on the walk. So that car didn't look at all. He's pulled out then, so it's too late. That's much better than before. It's important as well because what was going on behind us then?
The van
that's it.
is behind us.
So if you say I'm going to go ahead and brake, you will get smashed in the back. So if I do that, you say, look, I can't see, I've got to creep. Roundabout left. A lot of times people just follow each other around like the ones before we're doing, but that's not safe. So Sammy, if you're not totally sure, don't go. It's up to you. That's good. That's really good. So that black one did sing up quite late. So imagine if you handed in that, you just slowed the black one down or got hit by them. Because that black one's sitting up very late there. If you have that built in, so you've always got this thing about always ready to stop, always ready to give way, that'll make you safe when you're driving your own. But if your instinct is to go all the time, then you won't last very long. What's that car doing on there?
Oh. Wait, they should have.
That's it, right.
Now,
how to use ours, that's fine, but they should have gone the first one if they were turning right. So we spoke about those white junctions in the past, a bit about where you turn. So this is where the bikes were.
Yeah.
So this was good because you couldn't see, so you came back. But back out to you, I'm not going to say too much now.
Okay, so I see that and it's coming up closer.
That's good. Yeah, that's really good. Unless they're going too slow. Can you go or not?
I think so.
Yeah, that's good. I've been asking because the first one was so slow, they kind of slowed everyone down, but I was still good to go. What you don't want to do is make them brake harder if you didn't. Just left the middle. So that car's very wide there. The one with the lights on could have been more steer left, but they weren't, so we have to move. So, just try this one. Imagine you've got to stop, just stop anyway, but do it very softly, so roll up to it. Quite a big ass thing for that. So just, no, just keep going.
Oh.
When you get there, you got to stop, don't you? So, just handbrake on. When it's good. When you get there, you got to stop and then give right.
So, up here?
Yeah, just where the bridge is, like on the test one.
Okay.
So, just imagine that before we come into the bridge. You know what we do, so again, just clutch down, roll, and then creep, gas clutch go, if you can go. That's better, because I need the one with brakes quite properly. I won't so much again now for the last little bit. So end of the road, roundabout, we'll go, which way we'll go back. We'll go roundabout right, third exit. Over all that roundabout.
Was it okay, or was it too far away from the middle?
That's pretty good to get around that, because you could go along when that van came off, but it's not bad if you didn't, because there was one behind you signaling around. So it's that's good. What's bad is if you don't go and there's like a stream of cars coming off and they're all coming off and coming off and coming off, you still don't go. So they're all following off, following each other off the same way. That's generally good to go. If you've got a good reason to suspect one of them's doing a U-turn, that's a good enough reason not to go. So we finished off looking at more roundabouts. This is one we did before quite a bit, the one by the green. That's always a good one to look at. And we'll try and fit the reverse around the corner in, but in fact we can go and do the same one on the way about now, we'll do that on the way. So at the end of the road we'll go right. it's too easy as well, because the both times we're doing it today, it's been where you've got to kind of wait in the middle. Then sometimes if you're lucky, you can just go all the way over. Good what you said as well about going quick, because that car wasn't too close, you couldn't get that fine, but you did have to get out of the way quickly. That's where if you'd have crawled out too slowly, it would have made a problem.
I can't do that one without putting the handbrake on.
That's what you can do that, doesn't matter. How you control it, not bother about. Sometimes that's better because you don't have risk of rolling back or forward. So, next road on the left. We're not bothered how you do stuff is not important. Handbrake or not, it doesn't really matter. It's what you do that matters. So when you're on a test especially, because that's what we're focusing on today, the examiners are not thinking you're going to handbrake or not, or they're not watching your feet, they're not bothered how you do it, they just want to see you driving safely. How you achieve that, they couldn't really care less. It's like hands on the wheel, steering, crossing, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you're steering safe, it's safe. How you achieve that is irrelevant. So next road on the left. Otherwise you get too bogged down, you have to do this and this and this for no good reason.
They're very close to me.
So what could you do there so they're not too close to you?
Should I have gone in third?
We just want to go quicker, because the same thing that happened on the Mach 1. You're not going so slow, it's dangerous, but just keep going, slow down, let it go. Because you're slowing down so early on, people are getting annoyed waiting for you to turn. So just get to the corner, signal straight, done. But again, that will come in practice the more you do. I can't force that on you, otherwise it's dangerous. But you just want to do it quicker, so mirror, signal, brake, 2, go, done. So when someone's in front of you and they do sort of mirror, signal, brake, and then 2, then brake, so you just get on with your game to move out of the way. But you're not doing it dangerously, it's just that they can do it quicker because they've been driving longer. It's going to pull up just past the corner and reverse around the corner. So I won't go over it because you know what to do more now, it's just what we mentioned at the end of the test. All I will say is keep the curb close, keep it in view. If it's in view, it will be good. The observations were good as well because you saw the bike when everyone was coming down the road, that was all good. On the test one. So what does that happen? That's good, that's it. So already that's better, that's already fixed the whole problem because now you're not getting too wide to begin with. So we're looking here about what's going on. You can just see where the pavement is. When you can't see the curb, you see where the wall is, and the pavement you see how much closer. Yep, it's how close that is. That's much better. Just kicking back quite a way. That's good as well, because otherwise that would have got too close. Just watch it into too much rock, because otherwise what will hit the curb if you do? Which part of the car?
I'm not sure.
So if you turn right, which end's going to move? Which part of the car is going to go towards the curb?
The wheel.
Yep, the front. So the front of the car is going to go. So as good as you are, just come back a little bit. With the turn like that is okay. But if you turn any more right, the front will hit the curb. So you start to angle your way, and then it will go straight. That's good. Just don't go left, don't go left. Because if you go left, you've undone all the stuff we've done. So you keep going straight back. If you turn left at all now, the whole thing will go wrong. So you'll be straight at the curb. So imagine it's not, but imagine it was too close. You go right a little bit, and then back to middle now. That's it, like that. That just very softly pushes you away. That's fine then. If you turn right, smash, that's the front wheel will go straight at the curb. If you go left, smash, the back wheel goes up. So that's really good. So that was, if anything, too close is better. Because you're not too close, it's wrong, but you can be wide if you want. Because now you're sort of really far that way. But it's much better than being too wide, because if you're too wide, you know, then you can't get back in. You know, once you, if you come around on the wrong side of the road, you got it totally wrong. So, what do you think of that?
Yeah, that's so much better.
That's it. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that, because again, you might not even get it. If you do, you can easily do it a couple of times if you need to. And like a roundabout, you can't just turn around and go back and do it again. You've got to get those, you know, right all the time.
Yeah.
So we'll do more manoeuvre next time, but that's never the main concern of lessons. Okay, so let's go. It's going to be done now.
Sorry.
That's it.
Yeah.
So end of the road we'll go right. I'm just going to head back over towards that roundabout and give that a go. But we're not going to make too big a deal of the roundabouts, because you only have one. It's mainly because you couldn't see that, so I've more than misjudging it. It's just you couldn't see. They're blocking the road. What can you do? Yeah, let's go. You don't go those too slow, because they're blocking our road for you, and you won't get a better chance of that. Let's go. You can wait for them, but what's the point? They're still going back, they're not going to go forwards before we get there. So how could you avoid having to do that?
I should have just never changed up.
Just go, as you can do that or just keep going, because if you keep more left, you go faster, you can see. If you slow down too much, you're not wrong, you can do that and come to see, but if you slow down too much into the road left, you see, you can simply go out of the bend, keep going, as long as your position's good, you can see. But either way is good, there's no right or wrong, it's whatever works best. But that bend there is good, the way you sort of bend left. Earlier on, the roundabout, when I was saying about what's wrong with the positioning with the steering, it's because you've gone straight towards the roundabout. You must all twist left when you approach the roundabout, so when you move off, you're already facing to the left. On a roundabout, you shouldn't have to move off straight and then go left. You should already be facing left before you get to it, depending on the roundabout, because they're all different. That's why you've got to be able to adapt and change what you're doing depending on the road. Like now, if no one's coming the other way, what they don't do is, but you could point your car in a straight line and go straight over the lines. It doesn't matter because no one's there. But if someone does come over the hill, you'll be stuck. So like, you know, same sort of thing, it's better to follow the path and cut it. If you're not police pursuit driving at all, so you can plan ahead, you can see ahead, you don't bother steering, just cut the line, because yeah, that's the quickest way to get there.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're focusing on. So lights will go left. That's good. No point balancing there, although you could have, but you know, you didn't know they were going to change, so it's good to stop. Where must you go now?
Oh, it's left,
Yep.
sorry. Okay, so I should have gone across.
So what you'll see there is like the observation line for everyone else is in the right lane, so why are they all in the right lane? Because they're all going that way. But now everyone that kind of film wasn't there. Yep. That is a hard one now. I didn't want to say this, so we did. I just can't take the risk if you're not turning after, so I'm going to ask about that. It's like here, what's it saying on the sign?
I've got to give way.
Yeah, but you can't really, because the people parked in the giveaway bit. So you could give way like here, but it's really awkward to give way. So I mean, you've got to be flexible, so you don't just think, well, it says give way, I've got to give way. You might be the cars the other way know that, the drivers the other way know that, and they just let you go. So if you live around here, you would know that junction is quite awkward. There's one that is on the test road at the end of the road where there were give way lines on the floor, but you can't give way there. It's the next road on the right. That's good. So here it says give way again, but you can't because there's nowhere to give way. So they would have to give way to us unless you could nip into there. So we're not ignoring the signs, but sometimes you can't just follow the sign blindly, it doesn't work. But if that was on the test there, they wouldn't have said turn left. That's up to you to work it out.
Okay.
But I don't want to take the risk, because if I can say, I might as well say it. And then we look back at it later. End of the road left. So recording wrong there.
They like cut across my side.
So I was saying on the road about if you can see a hedge you can cut, but they obviously couldn't see us because otherwise we wouldn't have done it. So I know it's just slow on the floor. Why doesn't that really mean a lot?
Well, I guess it'd be... Well, to us,
Yep.
it doesn't mean a lot because we were going slow anyway.
Yep, that's it. So the paint doesn't know how fast you're going. And people often think, oh, it says slow, I've got to slow down. If you're already going slow, you're already going slow. It's like here, you don't have to slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, because we're not going fast anyway. Signs and lines are very blunt, you know, they're not very clever. Well, not clever at all, they've got no intelligence. So if they put the sign in the wrong place, which says the wrong thing, it doesn't really mean anything because the road's changed. Like back there used to be a big ambulance station, it's gone now. So yeah, you don't ignore the signs, but they don't always tell you exactly what needs to be done. So this roundabout, let's go right. Can we go back a different way today? Right, third exit. So I won't so much the last 5 minutes or so. Everywhere.
More that side.
It's good. You could have been not wrong. You're in a good enough place. That's good. Yeah. So you could have been more right, but you're not so far left. You're blocking anyone.
Okay.
But that's the kind of thing we really could just sort out, because you think when you're on your own, I can do that, but next time I'll get more over. That's what you've got to have to develop your driving. That's it, that's fine. Okay. So it doesn't matter either way, you can get to 3, you can turn 2. We're not bothered about that. You could have done 3, but 2's not wrong. So what's coming up now?
The roundabout.
Yep, going to go ahead. I won't say much again, it's just up to you.
Can't see them, but there's no one now, so it should go.
That's good. Because that was good what you said about you couldn't say that well, because we deliberately count this way, because that one is a really bad one. But yeah, what else was making it safe to go as well?
Because they were all coming across.
That's where if you hadn't have gone, that would be a problem, because the view was good when you got there, and there were blockers, then you don't go, that's a big problem. Because yeah, there's no reason not to go. That's good. That's good as well, because any later into it would have started to rev and rev and rev. There's that queue we avoided last time, just avoided it again.
Yeah.
So roundabout will go left. So cars swerving all over the place, they're going so fast I have to swerve around the back of the queue. It's for the big sign saying queue, slow down. That's good as well, because you've matched the gear to the speed. That's good stuff. So if you didn't know that road, you would not ignore the signs. I know we never said ignore the signs, but if you just say queuing vehicles ahead or whatever, slow down, and the cars come flying over the bridge, you'd have to swerve around the back of the other one. So it's end of the road right, first road on the left, and then we're back to where we normally go. So here when the road's empty, what can you do? Yep, that's it. Because at the moment there's no reason not to be forward, it's dead quiet, not that quiet behind, but there's not much going on ahead at all, very quiet day. This road. Okay, not wrong if you're saying third there, but there's no point staying in third if it's open and clear, and the higher gears available, you might as well do it. Okay, so lights right, then first road on the left.
Oh, sorry, yeah,
So there you must be aware, looking all the way down the road, then signal. nothing like that, it's just a pothole. You can't avoid those, they just all over the place. That's it. Those potholes you can't even see, and if you go back, I know from doing it before, you can't even see it, you think where was up. That's the point, potholes, you hit them, you could think what was up. That car didn't look there. I know because I fill up in that station a lot, and when you come out you've got to be really careful there because people often come around the bend and that car just all crept there. Looked. Yep, that's it, the next road, and then not this here, not this driveway, but that's good. So that sign, that's good, caution pedestrians in carriageway. So it tells you the lights from red around the corner. That's good because you got to clutch back every time. Now, that sign is quite handy because there aren't many of those around here, but it always tells you when the lights from red. And I'd say just back in the car park and then bay park, forward, back, whatever, it's up to you. So try backwards because backwards is more commonly done than forwards. So just pick any bay. Like we did, was it the one before last thing? Can't remember now. Just pick a bay and back in.
Okay. Like wait, here is where I want to be. And then
That's good as well because that's why we worked on a lot. Remember we did the turn the road. We said don't go to reverse if there's a reason not to. Yeah, the reason being that man, that was good. So that shows things we've done in the past do work.
okay. And then I just want to go all the way left. That's right, isn't it?
It's up to you.
And the mirror that one. Okay.
Just remember to line up you haven't already lined up. I'm not saying if it's good or bad, but remember to get the line up and then do that.
That's right though, isn't it?
It's up to you, I don't want to say, because you've got to be able to assess this.
I think it's right. So I'm going to try it. Okay. Then what's left? Is that going to go in there? Okay, now I'm gonna go straight. Oh, no, I don't. Yes, I do. I'm not sure. Straight. No, actually, what I'm trying to do.
Just clutch down for off a little bit, because you haven't strand the wheel, so you get into one. You get it perfectly able to strand the wheel, because otherwise you just keep going back and back. Just get more forwards a bit. And when you go forwards, just get level, strand the wheel now. Zip and come back. That's all you do on the way back, you just get it straight. If you don't strand the wheel, you'll never be straight. That's good. So the beginning was good, it's just a bit further up than you could have been. That's why you're very close to that line, because you've got a lot of room on the right, but not on the left. So it is in the bay, but if you start further back, the line's more here. Because it's not there, the line's not there, it's a lot easier. But you did get in, that's the main thing. You can always adjust from there. Right, so let's turn off there for now. So next one is the last one in terms of normal lessons. So what do you want to go over the most? What do you think needs to be worked on the most?
I want to practice. I just check I can do all those manoeuvres because I thought I could do the reverse around the corner fine.
Yeah.
So then it really it threw me a bit when we were doing it, and I just couldn't get it.
Yeah, but all that was more left. So that isn't the big problem, because you turn more left. It's done. Same for any manoeuvre. If you go wrong, just adjust it. So all of those, but what else do you want to go over? What needs to be done?
I should probably work on sort of awareness, I think.
That's the main one. We will do manoeuvring, but that isn't as important because that could leave if we don't get time for that. That doesn't matter as much. I know you want to do that, but there's no point in being able to park perfectly. That you go on a test, you don't even get the parking, and you're nearly hitting people on crossings. So the crossings are a lot more important than that. So we'll do those, but that's still going to be a little thing that we do. Turning the road, now we went over that one the other week. That was a lot better. Parking, whatever we'll do, but we'll just do one of each one, and then we'll work on the awareness.
Okay.
So that's about it.